Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys 1/6 scale Star Wars prequels figure unboxing and review. Today, we're taking a look at the Droideka. Now, I got mine at a discount from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new Star Wars content goes live on the channel. Ever since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with the Destroyers. I mean, can you blame me? 5-year-old Justin sitting in the cinema watching Phantom Menace in the late 90s? Witnessing these things roll out on screen for the first time, unfurl themselves, activate their shields, and then proceed to start blasting Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, causing the Jedi to run away from them? We just witnessed them destroy a bunch of battle droids, but they had to retreat from the Droidekas. That told me everything I needed to know. From that moment on, lifelong Droideka fan. So as soon as Hot Toys announced this, I knew I had to have at least one of them. We'll see if he's any good, then I'll decide if I'm picking up a second. As for the box art, up front an image of the actual figure, metallic foil Star Wars logo, glossy wraparound banner with some figure photography on it, red as the accent color, and I think that's Geonosis in the background behind the Destroyer. This video is brought to you by Justin's Collection.shop, the home of the figure first aid kit, as well as other accessories to help your collection be the best it can be. The first aid kit contains multiple tools to help you with maintenance, styling rooted hair, and much more. We also sell crotch grabbers, soft rubber tips to prevent damage, and they're compatible with most modern Hot Toys base molds. Acrylic risers come in multi-packs. They're optically clear, thick and sturdy, and stackable. Check out the link to Justin's Collection.shop in the description. Wait, is the Droideka dabbing? It looks like he's dabbing on the side of the box here. They've got the arm up like that. They're showcasing that it's got some posability, but come on now, Hot Toys. You all know full well that the Droideka is either going to be set up in its rolling configuration or just standing there with its blasters ready to fire, right? Surely nobody's going to display the Droideka dabbing, but it can do it. Now we know that. Thank you, Hot Toys. Around the back, warnings, legal information, and their store locations. Oh, you cheeky devils, you. The shield, the blast effects, and the light-up eyes? None of that stuff is included or even possible with the Droideka. It's all Photoshop on the slipcover. It looks good, but not giving us some of this? A little disappointing. You know what isn't? The size of this thing. Holy shit, the Droideka is enormous. I was contemplating picking up a second now that I've seen it, first-in-hand impressions. There is no way I'm fitting a second one of these in the collection, so I'm probably just going to have to stick with one as good as this looks so far. What we're going to do now, Droideka has no accessory, so let's skip right over that and pop it on the turntable. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that, this Droideka, is he any good? He is exceptional. But he ain't perfect. You see, sometimes something can be the best there is at what it does, but it still isn't perfect. What more could I want? Well, an LED light-up effect, a shield, and some blast effects. But without those things, does he still hold up? Yeah, of course he does. This is now one of my new favorite 1/6 scale droids from them. The paint applications, the engineering, the articulation, and the disc mode. I cannot wait to convert him to the disc mode. But simply standing there, due to the sheer size of this thing, the bulk, the way it's been detailed, it has so much presence. Now this is pod racing. That is a 10 out of 10 head sculpt. Check out the likeness to the Droideka. I'm of course taking the piss, up close and personal, kicking things off with the Droideka's faceplate head thing. Like, it seriously does look like the Droideka. I was hoping they'd sneak in a light up effect. Now that I've seen all of the engineering that's gone into this, I understand why they didn't. The eyes on the sides are telescopic, silver arms, then metallic red paint apps up front, and the bottom one can extend too. It's a little bit loose. However, it's wired. So you can angle this thing however you like, really. Just find the sweet spot, then push it in, and that sort of almost locks it in place. The way around doing a light up, I think, is not just metallic red paint. I would have done chrome paint underneath the translucent red lens. That would have given it a light up-ish effect without having to rely on LEDs. I won't harp on about the lack of a light up effect. They would have had to use button cell batteries in the head because of how thin it is, contain everything inside of this, not worth the trade-off. I'm okay with them not giving us a light up effect for the head sculpt. The lack of a shield, not so much, but that's coming up in the pros and cons segment. Now this top rounded piece will play into the disc mode when we get to it. It's always reminded me of like a cockroach or a beetle or something. Might be the brown, it might be how bug-like this droid is overall, but that's the vibe it's giving off. And the paint applications are perfect. The burnt brown orange as the base, you can see the bright spots, how shiny it is. Then the black wash in the crevices, highlighting the sculpt work. The silver speckling over the top. The gold shading, that's not just light reflecting off it, they've also hit it with some gold highlights. And there's even a purple color shift. Right there you can see it. As light hits that purple paint, it absolutely gleams. So what I'm trying to say is all of the brown paint apps are next level. Even this rounded butt at the bottom, you can see all the purple. There's a lot more airbrush shading on these side panels. I'm not sure what they are here for, but they're accurate. Maybe to protect its internals when it's in disc mode. That's what all of the brown pieces are for, I would imagine, and why they're so scratched up. The Droideka is protected by its shield. That's why it's got a lot of exposed wires and heat sinks and other bits and pieces. When it's just standing there blasting troopers or Jedi, it doesn't need to rely on its armor plating. It relies solely on its shields. Now, the body is pretty much painted in gunmetal with some black washes over the top and some silver chipping, but it's not overdone. It does not look heavy-handed. Ooh, I've just spotted some gold dry brushing as well. They've not used the gold as prominently as the silver. That's the main battle damage dry brush accent color, but they have strategically popped some gold around the place as well. All of the little legal information bits, they're actually hidden up top here on the spine. Luckily, you won't be able to see that from most angles with this thing either in droid mode or disc mode on display. I don't want to talk about articulation too much now. We'll save that for the articulation segment. Just know that there is a decent amount of it. There is a surprising amount of it. My favorite joint, if that's even a thing, is the one that includes the piston with the real die-cast strut inside of it. This is an actual working piston. Sometimes with figures that have hoses and cables and whatnot, they can feel delicate, they can look cheap, they can throw off the entire piece. These don't do that. They're weathered, they're quite thick and sturdy, and they're very flexible. However they've been attached to the inside of those ports on Droideka's body and its arms, they don't feel like they're going to snap or pop out when you're articulating it or transforming it. It's surreal getting to actually handle one of my childhood favorite droids, spotting all of the hidden detail work underneath this top plate with the grills. This stuff under the head, you'd never see that. The heat sinks or the ribbing for the main body, but these rib sections on the blasters, they look awesome. There is an unfortunate seam line running across the side of the blasters, but just like the legal information around the back, from most angles, you're never going to see them. Oh well, even with spindly legs, Droideka stands. He's really sturdy too. Like, this thing isn't going to fall over if you happen to bump it when you're posing another figure on the shelf. Once you pop it down, thanks to the tripod design, it is planted. So, before we can conduct our rolling experiment, very scientific, I'm sure it's going to be, we need to convert Droideka to disc mode or to its collapsed mode. The instructions, they're shit. They are really hard to follow, the pictures are tiny, and they're black and white, nothing is highlighted, they don't do a great job of explaining this. I will try my best to do better than the instructions, but yeah, let's just get started. First step is to fold the legs in like this. The bottom one will hinge forward, but not right now, save that for later. Then you can push in all of the Droideka's eyes and collapse the head back if you had it slid all the way forward. After you've done that, bring the head back on those hinges. Make sure you slide them on the rails too and push it down and in place. Then this is a little bit hard to see, but this entire front chest assembly is plugged into the body on that peg. You want to disconnect it, move it over that piece, slide it up, and have it situated like that with the peg facing towards this angled part of that strut. Then for the body, there's a ratchet joint at the base of this spinal column section. You want to hinge that forward 4 clicks, so let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's another ratchet joint at the top. We only need 1 click out of that one. We can push these things in now. The next step is doing the arms. I found these to be incredibly tricky. So you want to fold up the blasters, but tuck this strut in between them. As you actuate them forward, then you can bring the arms down, hinging at the shoulders and sliding these armor plates out. When you have them situated like this, you've done it correctly. Second verse, same as the first. Thank you, Emgo. I am by no means a Transformers reviewer. That's why I don't usually do this sort of stuff on camera, but the instructions were seriously that bad, I thought why not give it a go. Now we've done both arms, and luckily these cables are soft enough, they get out of our way. Then the last step is to make sure everything is as collapsed and round as it can possibly be. When the eye is sitting as close as you can get it to this third, the middle leg, that's when you know you've situated everything correctly. Et voila, it's done. Those instructions, I tell you what, they kicked my ass. Hopefully this video has helped you transform your Droideka. Let me know down in the comments. From side on, this thing looks like $1,000,000. I still can't believe that it can actually transform. Hot Toys had to do something that even Lucasfilm didn't do back in the day. Make a practical, articulated, transforming Droideka. On screen, they were all CGI, so when you see the Hot Toys one and the arms are a little bit big from front on, it doesn't look perfect. I can excuse them for that. They didn't give us any switch out parts or faux pieces. Everything you see here is visible when you transform it back into the full-on expanded droid mode. It actually collapses, as you saw, into this disc form. I'm pretty taken aback at how good the paint applications are on these armor plates, and they really had to be because they are on full display in both modes. Now, all of the cables and hoses may get in our way when we try and roll this thing. I really don't want to because scuffing up the paint applications is pretty scary. It's not meant to roll. This is by no means a play function, so I don't recommend you do this, but let's try it anyway. Okay, it's all in the name of science. That's what I keep telling myself. This is still very scary, given it's a pricey piece. It doesn't feel like it wants to roll. It doesn't want to roll, but let's make it anyway. I've not tried this yet. This is the first time on camera. Yeah, it doesn't roll properly, and I'm not going to hold that against it. There's too many bits sticking off it for it to be a smooth rolling orb. It's more meant to just be posed on the shelf like this. You can get some rocking back and forth out of the top smooth rounded part, but other than that, does it roll? Nah, not really. For a quick side-by-side comparison, you can see how bloody big the Droideka is next to the B1. It's not only taller, it's wider, it's got more depth to it. It is one sizable droid. Now that we've got the B1, the B2, and the Destroyer from Hot Toys, I'm hoping that they start to give us repaints. That tan battle droid from Phantom Menace, Hot Toys, please give us one. It's really not that hard. It ain't rocket science. Here is Sideshow's battle droid, and if they can do a tan one, you can give us one too, Hot Toys. Sideshow's B1 is a hair shorter than Hot Toys, so next to Droideka, yeah, B1, still the smaller of the two. I forgot how shiny the B2 is. Extremely reflective. All of the bright spots on him, I can't do anything about it. He is just that shiny. Next to the Destroyer, B2 is almost the exact same height. The Super Battle Droid has always been one of my favorites. I'm likely going to have these two displayed next to each other on the shelf. How about a person? The regular sized 1/6 scale figure. This is a very underrated clone. The clone pilot from Attack of the Clones. Said clones way too many times. He is shorter than the Droideka. This will give you a rough idea as to scaling next to Jedi and other characters on the shelf. Going over articulation, Droideka's engineering is extremely complex. Check the instructions, they tell you where all of the moving bits and pieces are, just in case I miss a joint. Starting off with the head, it's on this, rail system of sorts. It can move forward and back and up and down. Then the top part hinges, as well as comes forward on this sliding joint, mostly for transformation, but it's there if you want it. The eyes can extend out, including the bottom one. This entire front piece angles forward and brings the head along with it, once again for transformation. There's a joint right here, crunching forward 3 clicks. You can't really go back, it's not designed for that. Then another one of those clicky joints down the bottom, but you get 4 clicks out of that one. The arms are on soft ratchets forward and back, ratchet for rotation. Then up here at the shoulder, forward and back on ratchets, going out, but that's a friction joint. The shoulder pad is articulated, you can move that around, swivel at the bicep, and I'm pleased to report that all of these hoses, they're quite soft, they move out of the way of articulation, no problem. Real working piston for the elbow joint. It's a really stiff joint on my copy. Just be careful when you're moving yours around. Then the blaster itself can also hinge up and down. That actuates the piston at the base. We've got 1, 2, 3 joints for the back leg. It can hinge down, bend in on the other 2, and the tolerances so far are very tight on the joints for the legs. Then for the front legs, same setup for the actual legs themselves, 2 hinges, so they move up and down on friction joints, but at the base where they connect to the body, they don't slide down, instead they hinge in and out. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing is, come on Hot Toys, it was right here on the slipcover. The Droidekas are known for their rolling function. Yes, absolutely, the figure can do that, that's brilliant, but the shield. You needed to give us a shield. A translucent blue plastic dome to pop over the Droideka, or even clear plastic with some blue shading on it. You didn't give us that, and it's a darn shame. The second annoying thing, I love ratchet joints. We all love ratchet joints. When they're executed correctly. Having huge gaps between the detents on those joints just makes them feel really loose and floppy, and for a figure like this, they need to be sturdy. They will hold position, but they don't feel great getting them there. The third annoying thing is not a deal breaker whatsoever. This might not even factor in for you. The only die-cast on Droideka, those metal struts inside the pistons on its arms. I was hoping for this central block to be metal, or something down the bottom to keep it nice and planted. It doesn't feel bad, but it comes across a little bit lightweight. The first cool thing, and they really needed to nail this, the paint applications are glorious. The dark metallic brown with the airbrush shading and the purple highlights and the gold accents and the silver chipping, then the gunmetal body with the weathering on it, they nailed it. The second cool thing is whatever the heck these hoses are made out of. At first I thought they were PVC because they come across painted. Now I'm leaning towards actual weathered 1/6 scale ropes. I don't know. They look premium and they're soft enough. They will not hinder articulation. They feel durable as well. The third cool thing, I hate the instructions to get here, and it's a fiddly mess trying to move everything around. The instructions are truly terrible. But once you have the Droideka fully collapsed in its disc mode, there's no denying that it being able to even do this in the first place is very impressive. Wrapping up on the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Droideka, aka the Destroyer, this thing slaps. This is peak Hot Toys droid building right here. If you are on the fence about getting the Droideka, get off the fence. There's something so inherently special, so iconic about battle droids. I don't know what it is, but they just speak to me. Seeing these things roll out on screen, I already said this in the intro, but it was a moment that I will never forget. And now I can't really recreate the rolling in 1/6 scale. We tried that and failed, but I could have it in either disc mode or fully expanded mode, battling some Jedi in the collection. Would I have liked a shield, blast effects, and LED light up? Yes. But they sacrificed those things for an extremely worthy cause. For sturdy ratchet joints, for crazy engineering, real metal pistons, the transformation gimmick, and most importantly, for some, including me, some of the best paint applications I've ever seen from them. The brown-orange color shift with the purple color shift and the airbrush shading and the silver chipping and the black washes. It's like they raided a paint shop and just slathered this entire piece from head to toe in beautiful paint applications. I want to see this level of detail going forward from them. So at the end of this, is the Droideka worth getting? You already know the answer. Cop this if you're a prequels fan, if you're a Droids fan, if you're a Star Wars fan, all of the above, this is a must-have. Now, I got mine at a discount from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.